Here's a question that changes everything. Not how much training can you do, but how little do you actually need? Because if you're a busy professional, more is not the answer. You don't have unlimited time, and grinding yourself into the ground just gets you injured and burned out. Today we're talking about the minimum effective dose. The smallest amount of the right training that still makes you stronger, so you can get in, get results, and get on with your life. First, let's kill the myth that's wasting your time. The idea that you need to be in the gym an hour a day, 5 or 6 days a week, to get anywhere. That's not the price of being strong. That's the volume of someone whose job is training. For a normal person with a career, most of that time is junk volume, extra sets that add fatigue without adding results. More is not the goal. Enough is the goal. So what's the actual minimum? For strength, the research keeps landing in a surprisingly small place. A hard set taken close to failure, done a few times per muscle each week, drives most of the gains. Not 30 sets. A handful, done with real effort. The reason people don't believe that is they've never trained those few sets hard enough to find out. Intensity is what you trade for volume. That word, intensity, is the whole secret, so let's define it right. It doesn't mean sweating buckets or throwing up. It means taking a set close enough to failure that the last couple of reps are genuinely hard. Here's the trade. When your effort per set is high, you need far fewer sets. Most people do the opposite. Tons of easy, half-hearted sets, and then wonder why nothing changes. Effort is the shortcut. Now the structure that makes minimal actually work. Full body sessions. If you only train 2 or 3 days a week, you cannot afford a leg day and a separate arm day and a whole day for shoulders. You'd hit each muscle once every 10 days. Instead, train the whole body each session. A push, a pull, a squat or a hinge every time you show up. That way 2 sessions still hit everything twice. Let me give you the smallest program that genuinely works. 2 full body sessions a week. Each one, pick a squat or a hinge, a push, and a pull. 2 to 3 hard sets of each. That's it. You're in and out in about 45 minutes, twice a week, and you're training every major muscle with real intensity. That is a complete strength program. Everything beyond it is a bonus, not a requirement. But minimal only works if you protect the one non-negotiable. Progressive overload. Since you're doing fewer sets, every set has to count, and counting means slowly doing more over time. A little more weight, 1 more rep, a touch better form. If you do the exact same thing every week, minimal training gives you minimal results. The small dose works because it's always creeping upward, never standing still. And here's the payoff nobody tells you about the minimum dose. Because it's short and sustainable, you actually keep doing it. A brutal 2-hour plan gets abandoned in 3 weeks. A tight 45 minutes, twice a week, you can run for years. And consistency over years beats intensity over weeks every single time. The best program isn't the most optimal one on paper. It's the one that still fits your life next January. One more thing the minimalist has to respect. Recovery. When you train with high intensity, the growth happens between sessions, not during them. 2 hard full-body days with rest in between beats 5 rushed, exhausted ones. Sleep, food with enough protein, and actual days off aren't slacking. They're the half of the equation where you get stronger. Do less in the gym, and let recovery do the rest. So here's the whole thing on a sticky note. 2 full-body sessions a week. A push, a pull, a squat or hinge. A few hard sets each, taken close to failure. Add a little every week. Recover on purpose. That's the minimum effective dose, and it's enough to build real strength around a real career. Tell me in the comments, how many days a week can you honestly commit to? Be realistic. Comment dose, and I'll help you build the plan. Subscribe for the next one on the 5 lifts that give you the most strength for the least time. See you there.